Y'all, today is the day where I get my results to see if I passed my exam as a HIV certified pharmacist. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit nervous. But one thing I do know for sure is that I'm going to trust the process because I know what I did. Now, I told you guys what my approach was going to be, where in the video I was going to start a series, but I ended up not starting a series because I was like, I'm not going to do it. Like, it was like doing a vision board and all that. But I did commit to doing 5 questions a week. And I got so bold at doing it. I was like, 5 questions a day. I got so bold doing it. I was doing like 35 to 50 questions a week, which I think I had completed the exam over a week before it was due. But I was like, it's fine. So I was fine with it. But I used like, I think it was the week of Thanksgiving. I was like, I'm just gonna review because I was like, I'm just gonna review the ones I bookmarked. It is a take it home exam, but I will say it was some of those questions, they were tricky. But because I'm in the coaching space and I help pharmacists pass the NAPLEX in 6 months or less, and I have developed many proven strategies like the FAR method, like the SCORE method, and really going. For me, it was one of those I just used because I'm in this space. I used that, and I approached every question with those frameworks. Well, not necessarily framework. It's all one framework, but that's what I used. One moment. Look at me, my bad. I had to answer a phone call. I don't even know what I was talking about, but I'm a bit nervous, but just the nervous jitters on anything. But I feel confident in it because, like I said, I was doing the questions every day, and how I was doing the questions, even though it was a take-home exam, my approach was, no matter what, how the exam is gonna look, like I'm okay if I walk away with this answer, it's gonna be the answer. So that was my approach. So I'm okay with it, I want to show y'all this real time as look at me at this doctor's office being a caregiver and all the things. So I want to share this with y'all because I was like, I'm gonna be excited. But let's look. Okay, look. Let's go into it and see. Let's look. Okay, let's see. I want to share my results with you guys. So this HIV results looking, and it's still real time. Let's go ahead and review results. I was a bit nervous, just an inch, because I was just like, sometimes I feel like, how am I like a whole NAPLEX success coach, and I be out here like not passing stuff right? So I was like, but I think I shared you guys a couple whiles, but like, well, if I don't, look at me now, So I definitely I'm excited about this, and I want to go into some details about what successful and some success things I use. And I want to say this too, I'm not where I am bragging. I am bragging on myself because one thing I did use was my FAR method, and I'm telling you that FAR method is precise when it comes to answering questions. It was so precise, and I'm so glad I was able to use the FAR method. It works wonders. So like my clients, use your FAR method, okay? I proved my framework, it works out. And look at me, I'm so excited. So yay for me. Okay. Yes, look at me. How we gonna celebrate? Listen, y'all, I'm so excited. I can't believe look at me, I can't believe what my friends say. My comedy partner said, she said, we take tests and pass them, and we do. And we do. That's what I tell my clients. We take tests and we pass them. Like that NAPLEX, we take tests and pass them. We do. We get serious and we lock in it. And we do what we need to do, okay? But to lock in, that's what we do. We take tests and we pass them. So we passed the test, okay? And it was some of them were really tricky. Let me not lie. But because I'm in the coaching space, because I help I help clients pass the NAPLEX exam, that's the reason why I wasn't overwhelmed with it at all. I wasn't ever overwhelmed with it. I just knew I use my own method. You do not know I have a form method to teach clients how to break and approach a question, and really going through and breaking down using my form method at all times, breaking it down, using it. I feel really good about that. Passed the exam, and also too. One thing I did notice, I thought was so good, because it's one, like, cause again, I'm in this space, I'm in this, and I saw one question. I was like, oh my God, that's like a biostatistics question, and it was something so simple, like how you apply. I was like, oh, that's biostatistics, and looking at like why the confidence intervals in something, I was like, look at y'all. But I would say to the average pharmacist who doesn't see this information all the time, they wasn't seeing that. Like for me, I was just automatically seeing the drug-drug interactions, seeing the side effects, seeing the potential contraindications and all that, because I'm in this space. So guess what? Okay, look at me. I'm telling you, the things work, the process work, the playbook work, the NAPLEX play works. As I tell my clients, you work the play gonna work you. Baby, I work the play, not even for the NAPLEX, for this HIV certification. I am an HIV certified pharmacist now, and you know why? Because I work the play. I understood. I applied the principles. The same principles I tell my clients, I did the exact same thing. Look at us. Okay? Look at this. All right, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I want to share y'all with this, but something coming, right? Because I want to share the wealth, right? And I'm for give y'all a big thing, right? I'm for to get y'all real good, okay? All right, just letting you know. I'm coming. Okay, so I just want to just hop in real quick and just say this again, because at first I thought I was done with all the videos and the reacts and stuff like that, but I just want to come in and say quickly that, I want to be very clear. The exam, HIV certified pharmacist now. Yay. The exam, yes, it was tricky. Not impossible, not unfair, but definitely one of those that expose you to think under pressure. And that's exactly why I want to come in and record this. Because don't get me wrong, I'm a pharmacist. I've studied, I bought the books, I've done the question banks, and I know the content. I'm a NAPLEX test strategist as well. Like, this is what I do. But the exam wasn't just about testing what I knew. It was testing how I processed, how I prioritized, and how I made decisions with incomplete information. Okay? And that's what, look at me. And that's where most people get tipped up at. They get tipped at that, like the processing, the prioritizing the information, how to make decisions with incomplete information. And that's what I do. That's what I do as a coach. I help you do just that. And being in a coaching space has always changed everything for me. And I just know it's changed everything for my previous clients, because they didn't think about that. Coaching isn't something about just throwing more information at you. It's about slowing your thinking down and examining it, using the form method, using the score method. It's about, if I had to ask myself, what am I actually being asked here? See, it's those type of questions that we go through, and we go through the form model to actually ask that question. Because the thing, we want a textbook answer, but it may not necessarily be a textbook answer. It's one of, can you really see? Can you really see? Can you really think like a pharmacy? That's why frameworks work. That's why I teach clients all the time. You don't just study content. You study how you're going to think through the content. That's what we do when we teach. That's what I do when I teach pharmacists how to think like pharmacists. We assess your thinking. We catch those little blind spots. We show you where your logic really breaks down before the exam does. Because a lot of times we depend on the exam to show us something, but we can't. We can't depend on the exam at all. Because the exam, just being honest, the exam does not care about how confident you felt reading a chapter. The NAPLEX doesn't care about that. It doesn't care about that at all. And this is exactly why NAPLEX coaching is different from just buying another prep book. You can have all the resources in the world, but if you're thinking unstructured, rushed, or emotionally charged, the exam would always expose that. Exams don't reward effort. They reward clarity and decision making. They reward clarity and decision making, okay? And the coaching, and that's the thing too, a coach like this exam was really for me to say, this is why you do what you do, because you apply your own frameworks to this exam. And this is not even an exam to become a pharmacist. This is an exam to enhance me as a pharmacist. They say clock that T. But this is what I do. This is what I do as a coach, because I don't just give you the answers. I don't just help you see how I help you see how you arrive at those answers. And once you fix that, everything changes. Confidence, scores, and outcomes, okay? So I just want to come in here to say that. Get a little tidbit. I hope you're enjoying this. Let's Grow Through this Vlogmas as well. And if you really feel like you're doing all the things but still not getting the result, it's probably not a knowledge issue. It's a thinking issue. But it's very fixable, especially with the NAPLEX play. And I know it's a plug. Very fixable. Because once you learn the framework, you don't just pass the exam. You become the pharmacist the exam is looking for. You become the pharmacist the exam is looking for, okay? Trust me. That version of you is already there. It's time to go out there and get it. Now, I open my calendar. I'm preparing my calendar. It's been opened up. And look at me, by the time this is going to be uploaded, but I'm going to put in the description. My calendar's going to be opened up. And let's open up my calendar. We're going to do some 101s. You need a NAPLEX strategy prep. Let's hop on it. NAPLEX play. We open up in January. Next cohort be in January 2026, okay? All right. Until next time, remember that pharmacy is only if you are. Now go be great, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.